What's up YouTube, it's your boy Sweaty Palms Pokebro, and today we're going to be talking about PSA grading and whether it's worth it or not. So the first question I think needs to be asked is, are you a Pokemon card collector or are you an investor or trying to make money from Pokemon cards? That essentially will kind of determine whether it is really worth it or not to kind of submit cards to PSA. So the last video I uploaded was a 75 card PSA return, and I'm going to go over some of the numbers and figures from that video. So the total value of all the cards that I had graded was around $4,300. Obviously grading has a pretty substantial cost to it. 75 cards, each was the value bulk and came to $15 each, so total was $11.25 US dollars. Shipping costs around $60 to get back, so the total PSA cost was $11.85 US dollars. So $11.85, $4,300 for the value of the cards themselves. The other thing to consider is the cards, where you got them from. The raw cards, let's say if I was to sell the raw cards themselves, the raw cards I would have been able to sell for around $1,000. The thing is with selling any kind of cards, whether it's raw or PSA graded, is that you're going to take a pretty big fee when selling on either eBay or TCG Player. It's about 15% fee, and then you're also going to have to pay for shipping. So overall, that $4,300 from the graded cards is actually closer to around $3,200, which means that the overall profit from those 75 cards, if I was to sell every single one, was around $1,000. So a good example I can give you is the 4 Master Ball Holos from that grading. So I bought those cards individually off eBay, and individually they cost about $100, and altogether they cost around $100, and $15 each to grade, came to around $160 total cost for those cards. Now in PSA 10s, they're all the total value of those cards is actually $337. If I were to sell the cards raw, it would be $172. So there is a bit of there's a $120 profit there with those 4 cards alone. So then, is it worth grading the cards? Well, obviously not every card is going to get a 10. You can do your due diligence and check every card as much as you can, but when you're buying off eBay, you really don't know what the quality or the grade of the card really will be. I've bought some and they say they're mint, and you end up looking at them and thinking, there's no point in sending this out. Typically what I'll do is I'll look at the cost of a PSA 9 in that card and see whether if the PSA 9 sells for the value of the card plus the cost for grading, then I usually will kind of go ahead and do it. And if it gets the 10, then it's kind of an additional bonus. So the question, like I said at the beginning, is, are you a collector or are you an investor? And yes, there is some profit that you can make with investing or buying the cards, getting them graded, reselling them. But it is a very long process to do it. It takes about a month to get the cards back from PSA, and then it takes time for you to sell the cards. The thing is, if you're a collector, yes, it does take some time to get these cards back, but then is the value worth it? So like I said, the total value, total cost for me to grade those 4 cards, for example, was $160, and as a collector, they're going straight into my collection. Had I bought them directly from eBay or other stores, it would have cost me $337. So you can say that I, in a way, saved myself $160 or so. So that's essentially the question you have to ask yourself. Are you trying to grade cards to make money, or are you actually grading them to put them in your collection, like I do? So thank you for watching. If you like the content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.